Here now you will see a banner. It says your site is live at qvbro.github.io/myproject. So I will visit my site. Now you can see, okay, all my HTML changes are rendered. You will get the page to create a gist. Hello my dear friends, welcome back to QVBro, your favorite YouTube channel. I hope you guys had a fabulous week, and again on a Friday I am back with another video. I hope you got a chance to go through our last couple of videos, especially the last video. And if you got a chance to give a try on the code spaces, please go and check. If you might have forgotten to stop the code spaces, it might ruin the limited free capacities. So today I'm planning to do another video on our GitHub playlist, and yeah, step by step we are coming to an end to this playlist. Most probably this could be the one before the last. Yeah, I hope so. However, so today's video is about, before telling about the today's video, let's talk about the software development life cycle. So if you take the software development life cycle throughout the last couple of videos, you saw how GitHub will allow you to use GitHub's new features to ease your work throughout the software development life cycle. At the development stages, at the quality assurance stages, and also for the project management likewise. So now last week the code spaces you saw, it will help you for the development purposes. And you also saw how you can use GitHub for the issue management and the project management as well. So now, like, the last step in our software development lifecycle is the deployment part. So today we are going to see how GitHub will allow you to use GitHub's new features at the deployment stage as well. So after this video, you will realize that GitHub will cover the whole software development lifecycle with its own features. But again, need to mention here, like, the deployment features, you can't actually use it for like all your projects. Currently there are some limitations where you can only use it for static web pages only. Yeah, if you have a web page deployed using HTML, yeah, then you can use GitHub's own deployment features. But if you have used any other programming languages, backend programming languages, or else any database connections or like some other processing like that, then you can't use this for the time being. I hope in the future GitHub will allow you to use in these circumstances as well, but for the time being, no, only for the static web pages. Okay, so let's see how you can use GitHub's deployment features known as GitHub pages for your deployment purposes. So I will create a new public repository. So I will name it as my project, and I will create the repository. I created it as a public repo, so anyone can come and visit it. Okay, so then here now you know about the different tabs allowed you to use different features, but here you won't see a feature called pages. Then how you can use the GitHub pages? Yeah, you need to go to settings, and under the code and automation there will be a section called pages. So from here you can use GitHub pages features. It won't add in tab. Here is the place where you need to go and use GitHub pages. Before that, I need to add a page, a HTML page. I will add a simple static HTML page to my project, so then I can host it and show you how it will be rendered out. To edit this, and I will add some basic HTML tags here to create a small static page. Let's see whether we can grab some page from the web. And since there is one, yeah, I think this should be fine for me, which has the HTML head tag, then the body part is there. Yeah, it has a center tag, then a line, then we have a link, then h1, h2, some paragraphs. Yeah, I think this should be fine for a simple HTML page. I will copy it and I will paste and I will save it. Okay, then you know what to do. You need to add this, then you need to commit, Then we need to push our changes. Okay, it was pushed and the branch. Yeah. So I'll come back. Okay, yeah, and it had the txt part when the file was saved. I will rename that. Yeah, this time I will do it from here directly. Okay, commit. So yeah, I will commit this directly to the main branch since still we don't have any branch protection rules created. Yeah, now I have this index.html with all my changes. The HTML tags are there. Okay, now let's see how we can host my page. Then I will go to settings as mentioned. Under the code and automation section, you will see a section called pages. You should go there. Then you will see here first drop down to select the source. This source means like how you want to deploy you from where. It has two options like deploy from a branch or deploy using GitHub Actions. So if you create a GitHub workflow, a new GitHub using GitHub Actions, then you can either point it, because like if I select deploy from a branch, it will directly go and I will show you after I select deploy from branch, then I need to specify like which branch which I need to use. So in that case, like it will go directly and take the latest changes from the particular branch and it will publish. But if you need to do some more additional tasks while doing the deployment, so then yeah, you can create a GitHub workflow using GitHub Actions. Then you can specify those, maybe if you have any checks or some other kind of actions to be done. So then you can create a workflow and then you can specify to deploy this from GitHub Actions and you can specify the workflow. But here I will show you the simplest flow, the deploy from a branch. So yeah, I select the option. By default, it was already selected. After you select this deploy from a branch option, you need to specify like what is the branch, because you know you can have multiple branches in your repository. So here you will see all the available branches. Since this is my new project, there is only the main branch available currently. So I will select the main. If you have multiple branches, don't worry, all those branches will be visible here and you can select like which branch you want to use for the deployment. So that means like if I select main branch, every time if there is a new commit merged to the main branch, every time this will be redeployed. For example, let's say, okay, I have multiple branches. The main branch is my master branch. And then I have my feature branches. Let's say currently I have feature 1, feature 2, feature 3, likewise 3 different branches. I'm working on those feature branches. Once the feature 1 changes are done, I will go through the process. I will create a PR and then I will add some reviewers. Okay, they will review and they will approve. After that, I will merge my feature 1 branch to the main branch, my master branch. Now the deployment is already there in the production, but now new changes will be applied from the feature 1 to my main branch. Okay, now when we create this, it will actually create another GitHub Actions workflow. I will show that. So then now this particular workflow will be triggered because now there are new changes on the main branch, because this will always like looking on the main branch for the last commit. And then when there is a new commit on top of that, then this particular workflow will be triggered. Now this will do a new deployment, redeploy our changes from the latest commit. So now our new changes will also be redeployed. So that's why. So yeah, this is like actually now like how your production releases will work as. When it's time to deploy, you will deploy the latest changes in the main branch to your production. Maybe there will be tags or releases, then likewise, those things will be released in the same flow. So similarly here, you can do something like that as well. Maybe you can create a here instead of deploy from branch, you can go for GitHub Actions and then you can specify to deploy these things from tags. You can create GitHub tags. Likewise, you can select that. However, if you do like this deploy from the branch and the main, then every time if there is a new commit on your particular specified branch, then it will do a redeployment. The actions will be triggered. Okay, so I selected as main, then yeah, I will select as the root folder. So because in my project repo, I have my index.html under the root. So yeah, I select this here as root and I will save it. See, it's very easy, just like 2 steps. You need to select the source and then you need to select the branch. Very easy. Just after by 2 clicks, now the website is hosted. So what is the domain? Now another problem, right? I said that I already hosted my static web page, but what was the domain? Yeah, here you can see your domain, kiwibro.github.io. And okay, it's not actually hosted. It will take some time because the GitHub Actions workflow is still running. Once it is done, this you will be able to visit. So I will now jump back to Actions. Now you can see a new workflow was created and it is still in progress. If you go inside, you can see build, then the report build is status and the deployment. Here under deployment, you can see the URL as well. Okay, I will come back to Actions. Now it was success. And if I go back to settings and the pages, here now you will see a banner. It says your site is live at qvbro.github.io/myproject. So here you see the domain is github.io. Under that you will get a subdomain called qvbro.github.io from your username. So all the users, if user1.github.io, likewise all the users will get a subdomain from their username, and then at the end you need to specify your repository name. Here my repo name is my project. So in that case, like if I have multiple repositories, I can host all those repositories because it will get under the same subdomain qvbro.github.io but different path, my project, then for the repo 2, repository 2, likewise. So you can host unlimitedly. Okay, so I will visit my site. Now you can see, okay, all my HTML changes are rendered. Likewise, you can create a simple HTML static web page. Not only web page, I mean like a website with multiple web pages, but however, it should be static. No dynamic content is currently allowed under the web pages. So yeah, maybe this will be useful for creating your CV maybe, or your profile, your portfolio, and also it will be useful for students as well who is learning HTML GitHub these days. So yeah, I hope this is a very good initiative by GitHub to allow their own deployments. Otherwise you have to pay and buy a hosting. Yeah, I think it will be very hard for a student sometime. It will be very painful to spend some money on a hosting plan, but now GitHub allows you to host it within GitHub under subdomain from them. But again, if you want to, let's say, have a custom domain. So currently what we have is qvbro.github.io. So it has this github.io. So anyone will know that, okay, this is like hosted from GitHub because you have the subdomain from the GitHub. So, but if you need a custom domain, so yeah, you can buy a custom domain. So here there is a link where you can learn more about how to configure the custom domain for the GitHub pages sites. So yeah, the GitHub plans, you can buy a domain as well from here, and then you can specify that domain. For example, qvbro.pro. So if I have buy that from here, and then if I need to change this qvbro.github.io subdomain, instead of that, if I want to use qvbro.pro, so yeah, here you can use it and you can save it. So then you can visit your website from qvbro.pro/myproject, or likewise. And currently HTTPS is enforced by default, likewise. So those are the features related to the GitHub pages. Now you know how you can deploy your web page, a static web page using GitHub. Okay, I hope that part was clear, and that is all about the GitHub pages. And now like we know how GitHub can be used for throughout your software development lifecycle. The next part which I want to, so since this was a very quick video, I will cover another part in today's video. The next part is about the GitHub gists. So before talking about the gists, like I will explain like why gists will be needed. Okay. So let's take a real world scenario. Okay, you need to share some code to get some help from one of your friends. How you will share it? Okay, either you need to share your repo URL and you should ask them to go and visit the particular page and the particular number of lines, or else you need to copy and paste it into maybe a text file and then share it, or else maybe you can share it in a chat or somewhere like that. But like using any of these methods already, you might have faced different issues, right? sometimes the way how those things will be rendered, maybe for example in a chat, if you have some special characters, sometimes those things will not be allowed, or those things will be rendered when copy paste as something else. Some characters will not be copy pasted directly correctly, it will be changed sometimes, or sometimes you will miss different parts when copying. Likewise, there are different issues. And also, let's say if it is a private repository and if it is sensitive, then you can't share this whole repo URL. Likewise, however, there are different issues. So to overcome all these issues, GitHub has allowed a new feature called GitHub Gists, where you can use gists to create some small code snippets for sharing purposes, or for maybe again, like if you want to add this to your web page, then you can create a gist and then you can embed it into your web page. So I will show that as well. So how you can access GitHub gists? Either you can directly go to gists.github.com. It's under again a subdomain from github.com, gists. Or else you can click here the profile icon, and here you will see option called your gists. From this also you can visit the same page. Here now you can see the URL was changed to gist.github.com. Okay, now it will be redirected to your profile, gist profile, not your actual GitHub profile. This is your gists profile. It's again the same template, the profile picture, your username, then email, then website links, and those things are there. Again, by clicking here, you can revisit your GitHub profile, and here it will show you all ready created your gists and all your start gist. Likewise, you can visit. Okay. So here there is another option to go and check all gists. So this is like all the public gists created by all the GitHub users. All these public things will be visible here. So in that case, keep in mind, when you create a gist, you need to think twice whether you need to have a private gist or a public gist. If you have any sensitive content and if you don't want the public to visit to a gist, in that case, make sure that you create a private gist. Otherwise, anyone on the internet can come and visit your public gists. Yeah, similar to the repos. Similar to the repos again, it will be allow you to fork, comment, and star different gists. So if you star here, it will be shown under your profile under this start. And also, yeah, similar to the repositories, you can fork gists as well. So yeah, I will go inside one of these gists. And here you can see you can add some comments, and also you can download it, and also you can embed, share, clone. Likewise, similar to a repo, you can do same actions for a gist as well, and you can subscribe, star, and fork too. So however, that's about the public gist. So next I will show you like how you can create your own gist. So here is the option, the plus icon, to create new gist, or else you can go to your okay. So here I will talk about this as well. So your gist is start gist, and then if you want to jump back to the GitHub profile, those option again. So I will go again to your gist. Okay, here, and then the create option is here, the create new gist, the plus icon. Once you click on that, you will get the page to create a gist. Here you can give the description or a title, and then you can give the content and a file name. Okay, so I will give as like my first gist, and I will include, okay, I will add as page.html because I'm going to add some HTML content. So I will add a p tag, hello, then I will add a bold, and then again a p tag. This is my first HTML page, my first gist, sorry. Okay, I think this is enough. And here you can set how the indent need to be done, whether it's spaces or tabs. If it's spaces, then how many size by 2 spaces for 8, then what is the wrapping. Likewise, you can change those things. Okay, so after you add the content, now if you want to add another file, there's the option to add file. Now you can see there are 2 files, so you can create the same gist with multiple files as well. I will have only 1 file. Then here the option to create the gist. A secret gist means a private gist. So if you create a private gist, no one else will be able to visit to your gist. But here now you can see the arrow option. So if you click, you will get more options. Here you will see the option to create a public gist. So by default, it will ask you to create the secret gist. If you think you need a public gist, yeah, you can go and create the public gist as well. Okay, now my gist was created, and here's the option to see the row changes, HTML, or like this way. And here you can see the revisions. That means like if you do any change, it will be visible under the revisions. Okay, I will do some edit, and I will change the place like this. Okay, I will update the public gist. Now if I come to revisions, you see it shows us 2 revisions, and it will show like what was the change done, similar to the PRs and the commits. Okay, then here, since it was my gist, I was already subscribed. If you need, you can unsubscribe, or else someone else can come and subscribe. So you saw the edit option, then yeah, you can delete, then you can start, then you can download this gist, the file as a zip folder. And then if you want to open this in GitHub desktop, yeah, there's the option. And then you can get the links to embed, or to share, or to clone. So yeah, I will get this embed URL, and then I will go to my GitHub profile, and then yeah, my repo, my project. I will update this index.html file, and I will use this embedded URL here, and I will show you like how it will be visible. So now have a look, like I'm going to do a new commit push to the main branch. So I set my pages to deploy from the main branch. In that case, now you will see the action was automatically triggered since there is a new change on the main branch. So it will be automatically done. No need for a manual intervention to come and redeploy. Every time when there is a new change on your main branch, it will trigger the action, and it will do a new redeployment. Now you need to wait till this finish, and after that you will be able to visit your web page and see the new changes. It's very quick, it don't take much time. Now you can see here it's only 23 seconds, and here 4 seconds, or already like just 30 seconds, and yeah, here it was right 10 seconds. So within like 1 minute your new deployment is ready. Yeah, now you can see previously it was up to this, then the line, and then now you can see the code part which was embedded. So it added with line numbers my changes, and at the end it says page.html hosted with love by GitHub. So this is how you can embed a GitHub gist in your HTML pages. Okay. So then yeah, I hope all things are clear up to now, and then yeah, as usual you can add comments as well. With comments you can use all these the formatting features, and the markdown is also supported. And yeah, so now anyone else, if you want to, let's say, share this, and if I get this URL, and okay, I will go to incognito, and if I visit this, okay, you can see okay, even without signing you can see this, because this is a public gist. You can see the content of the gist and the comments as well, and here it shows the username and the page name as well, the gist page name. And if you go to your username here, if you click on that, it will come to your gist profile, not the GitHub profile. Here you can see all your gists. Okay, now you can see all your public gists will be visible. So keep in mind these things. So you need to think wisely. I'm mentioning that again. Whether you need to have a secret gist or a public gist, it's your decision. Okay, so yeah, that's about the GitHub gist. Then if you need to go back to your GitHub profile, then here is the option, your GitHub profile. You can jump back to your github.com profile. Here there is no option to visit the gists. So if you need to go back and go to your gists from here. So they are maintaining like the repositories and the gists separately. Don't know why. However, like it maintain as two different profiles, your GitHub profile and your GitHub gists profile. Okay, so that's it about today's part. So today we discussed how you can deploy a page, a static page using GitHub Pages, and we saw next how you can share your code snippets using GitHub Gists. So now you know GitHub will cover you throughout your whole software development lifecycle activities. So okay, I think we have come to an end to this video. So next week I will talk about the wikis. So that's the only remaining part I think related to the features. So if you go to the repository, you see the different tabs here. We have discussed about issues, pull requests, discussions, actions, projects, and settings. Yeah, the security insights. Already like we touched some parts. I will talk more later. So yeah, the only remaining part is the GitHub wikis and the markdown text. So I will talk about the markdown with the GitHub wikis. And also I have a question, maybe you can give a try within the next week. So what will happen? What do you think, like what will happen if you create a repository with your own name? That means like here, this is your username, QEbro, then first project is your repository name. What will happen if you create a repository name with your same as your username, QEbro? So here it will be visible as QEbro, here also QEbro. So URL will be QEbro/QEbro. So what will happen? Will that be kind of a special repository? Or will it be allowed from GitHub? I don't know. It's your time to think or give a try. I will talk about this as well in our next video. So our next video will be about wikis, markdown text, and the special part about a repository with your own name. So stay tuned to know the secret next week. See you till that, and happy testing.